Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time here, you're welcome to Sew with Mediva. And if you're a returning subscriber or a returning viewer, thank you for sticking to my channel. So in today's video, I'll be showing you guys how to make this stylish wrap short pants with side belt. And this is what the back of the short looks like. You can see how beautiful this looks. And I achieved this style using only 2 yards of African print fabric. So if this is something you are interested in, make sure to keep watching and make sure you watch till the end. And if you find this video useful, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, leave a comment, subscribe to my channel, and also share to your loved ones. So I made use of 2 yards of this beautiful African print fabric. You're also going to need your scissors, your tape rule, your chalk, and your zipper. So let's go ahead to fold up the fabric. So we're going to start with the short part of this tutorial, and we're starting with the front panel. So I have my fabric in a fold of 2, and the first thing I'm going to do is to draw out a starting line at the upper part of my fabric. So I'm going to have a band of 1.5 inches at the upper part. So I'll place my tape rule 1.5 inches above the starting line to mark the full length of the pant, which is 21 inches. The remaining part is for the folding allowance. And to get the wideness of fabric to fold, I divided my round hip measurement by 4, which is 11.5 inches. I added 1 inch to it for seam allowance and about 4 extra inches for the crotch extension. So I'm still going to place my tape rule 1.5 inches above the starting line to mark the remaining measurements. So the first measurement is going to be from my waist to my hip line, which is 10.5 inches. Go ahead to mark yours. And the next one was going to be from my waist to my crotch depth. So to get your crotch depth, go ahead to divide your round hip measurement by 4 and then add 1 inch or 1.5 inches to it, depending on how high you want your pants to be. But for mine, I added just 1 inch, so I marked 12.5 inches there. So I'm gonna head to mark the basic vertical measurement I need. So I'll come over to the hip line and place my round hip measurement divided by 4, which is 11.5 inches, and 1 inch for seam allowance, making 12.5 inches. So I marked that 12.5 inches on all the 3 lines and then connected the points together this way. The next thing now is to take the crotch extension. So to get your crotch extension, divide your round hip measurement by 4. Whatever you got, divide by 4 again. So mine is 3 inches. And then I'll go ahead to form a curve this way. After that, you can just subtract 2 inches from what you have on this crotch line and place on the full length of your pants to just give that fitted look at the base. I hope you guys understand. So I'll place 13 inches at the base of my pant, and then I'll go ahead to connect it all the way to meet the crotch extension. So after connecting, I'll go ahead to cut out the pant. So I've gone ahead to cut it out. So if you don't want yours tapered at the base like mine, you can just connect it straight down from the crotch extension. I hope you guys understand. So that is the folding allowance, and I also opened up this closed angle, so I have 2 pieces of the front. So let's go ahead to work on the back panel. So to cut out the back, I have gone ahead to place the front panel on another fabric that is in a fold of 2, and I placed the front panel on it. So I made sure to give some allowance at the upper part and then towards the crotch area. So this is the crotch area, which is the open angle of the fold. I have about 5 inches extra from the front crotch, and the upper part I have about 2 inches extra. So towards the side, I don't have any allowance because I already added side seam allowance to the front panel. So the next thing I want to do is to take the back crotch extension. So I'm sorry that the front panel is not so visible on the fabric. Just follow the process and you will get it. So I'm going to extend the front crotch by 4 inches, and then I'll come over to the hip line and extend it by 2.5 inches. Small size can do 1.5 to 2 inches. And then I'll go ahead to connect the 2 points together this way. After that, I'll come over to the waistline and come up by 2 inches. A smaller size can do 1.5 or 1 inch. So I'll go ahead now to connect the points together this way. So this is what we have for the back. And then on the waistline, I'll just go ahead to slant it to meet the front waistline this way, and then confirm if I have the same measurements. So after that, I'll come over to these points to mark the inseam allowance, and I'll take 2 inches all the way down to the full length and then connect it all the way to the crotch extension this way. So after that, the next thing is to mark the zipper allowance, and I'll come down by 10 inches and come in by 1.5 inches, then connect it all the way up to create the zipper allowance. So let's go ahead now to cut it out. So for the side, you don't need to add any allowance there. So after cutting out, this is what it looks like. This is the front and this is the back. So we're done with the short parts. Let's go ahead to start joining the fabrics together. So we're going to start with the front panels, and I'm going to place them right sides facing each other. I'll place them right sides facing each other this way, and then go ahead to close up the crotch area. I'll close the crotch all the way down. Let me just use my marker to highlight it for you guys to see. So after that, I'll repeat the same process for the back. But for the back, I won't be closing up the zipper point. So I'll go up by half an inch of the zipper area and then proceed to close up the crotch all the way down. So when I'm done, I'll show you guys what it looks like. So after closing up the front panel, this is what it looks like. And for the back, I also did the same thing and stopped at the zipper allowance. So the next thing we want to do is to cut out the fabric we'll be using for the wrap effect. So I'll fold my front panel into two this way, and then I'll fold in that crotch area. I'll fold in the crotch area this way and then use my pins to hold it down. And then I'll proceed to cut out the fabric I'll be using to create the wrap effect. So I've cut out the fabric I'll be using to create the wrap, and it is in a fold of two. So the fabric is in a fold and this is the closed angle. So I'm going to place the center front on it, center front of the pant on the closed angle this way. And then I'll go ahead to trace it out. I'll go ahead to cut it out. So after cutting out, when you open up, this is what the skirt part looks like now. This is what we have, and the next thing you're going to do is to determine where you want the wrap effect to be. So I want mine to be on the left side of the short. So after opening up, I place the front part on the fabric this way, and you can see that we still have some excess on one side. So I'm just going to cut out the excess fabric following the shape. So after cutting out, this is what we have. So the skirt is going to sit on the short this way in front, but we don't want the skirt part to completely cover the front. So I'm going to reduce the fabric of the skirt on one side depending on where you want the wrap effect to be. So mine is on the left side, so I'm going to reduce the fabric I have towards that left side. I'll come in by the on the waist area by 3 inches, and at the base I'll take 6 inches. So you can be free to do whatever design you want for this part. You can take it slanted, just depends on how you want it to appear. So I'm going to just go ahead and connect the points together. So when I cut that part out, it is going to appear this way in front, just the way I want it to be. And then I would go ahead to cut out this excess that I have marked. So I left 1 inch because of the folding allowance. So this is what I will have. So you can do whatever style you want for the front cover. So the next thing to do is to join them together. So I'll start by folding in this 1 inch allowance on the skirt. So you can use your hemming gum to seal it on the wrong side, or you can just fold it in twice and finish up the edge. After that, I'll join the waistline to the shorts, and then for the base, I'll also finish up the base of the skirt, just the skirt alone. That same point where I want my shorts to stop, I'm going to just fold in the base of the skirt to that point this way and stitch it all the way down. So I'll also close up the side, but not completely. I'll explain to you guys later, so let me go ahead to do that. So after I finished up the edge of the skirt, this is what it looks like. I also joined the waist to the short and I finished up the base. So the next thing I want to do is to join the front and the back panels together. So I'm going to place the back panel on it this way, and then I'll merge the crotch areas together. You can use your pins to hold it down and then fit the sides together and use 1 inch seam allowance to close up the crotch all the way down. Do the same thing for the other side. So when I'm done closing up the crotch, I'll show you guys the next thing to do. So after closing up the crotch, this is what it looks like. So I'll just go ahead to arrange the sides this way, and then on the side that has the skirt fabric, I'm going to close it up and leave 1 inch at the base, more like the folding allowance. I won't close up to the folding allowance for the side that has the skirt, and the side that does not have the skirt, I'll just go ahead to close it up all the way down using my 1 inch seam allowance. So when I'm done, I'll show you guys the next thing to do. So after closing up the sides, this is what it looks like. This is how it came out. So for this part that has the skirt, You can see that the three fabrics are still separated. So I want to finish up the base of the shirt before I close it up completely. So I'm going to fold in my 1 inch allowance. I'll fold in the shorts, fold in the allowance that you left at the base. Mine is 1 inch. I'll fold in half an inch twice and stitch it all around to the other side. And then when I'm done, I'll just tuck the skirt into the seam and then close it up. I hope you guys understand. And for this other side, I will just fold in the half an inch twice and stitch it all around. So when I'm done doing that, I'll show you guys what it looks like. So after I finished up the base of the pants, this is what it looks like. You can see how beautiful it looks already. And I'm gonna head to close up the sides after I folded the pants. I just closed up the sides. So the next thing we want to do is to cut out the band. So this is what the back of the pant looks like now. So to get the length of fabric for your band, you're going to measure around your waistline, starting from the open angle on one side, measure around so you get to the other side. So for mine, I have 37 inches here. So I'm going to cut out a band that is 37 inches long, and for the wideness I have 4 inches here, and I folded half an inch on both sides. So when you close it up now, you'll be left with the 1.5 inches band that you need. So I ironed my gum stay to the wrong side of the fabric. So I'll flip the shorts to the wrong side now, and starting from one edge, I'm going to place the right side of the band facing it this way. I'll open up the half an inch I folded in and stitch it all around it. So after I stitched down the band and turned over to the right side, this is what it looks like. So you're going to close up the band now this way to cover up the seam that you have there. So fold it in this way and then go ahead to stitch it all the way around it. Put the seam inside and stitch it all around. So close it up this way and go ahead to stitch it all the way till you get to the other side. So when I'm done inserting the band, the next thing we're going to do is to fix the zipper at the back. So when I'm done with that, I'll show you guys how to do that. So after inserting the band, this is what it looks like. So the last and final thing we want to do is to fix the zipper, and I'm going to flip the shorts to the wrong side. After that, I'll open up this zipper allowance and go ahead to iron it out so that it lays down flat before we insert the zipper. So to insert the zipper, I'm going to just place the right side of my zipper facing the allowance this way. So I'll open it up and then fold in this edge here and then go ahead to stitch it into the zipper allowance. When I'm done, I'll repeat the same process for the other side. I'll place the right sides facing each other and stitch the zipper into it this way. So when I'm done, I'll show you guys the finished product of this shirt. So after inserting the zipper, this is what it looks like at the back. So the last and final thing to do is to insert the belt, and I'm going ahead to cut out this fabric. I turned it over to the right side and I closed up one side. The fabric is about 28 inches long and 1.5 inches wide. So on this wrap, I'm going to come down by 4 inches and just fixing this band. I use my pin to hold it down, and on the sides I'll just loosen it up a bit and insert this belt on one side. So when you are done stitching, you then just tie it in front. It's optional, you don't really need to do this, but it just gives the skirt more beauty, and this is what you will have at the end of the day. So this is where we end this video for today, guys. I hope you found it useful and I hope you learned something new. So don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, leave a comment, subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you guys in my next video.